Welcome to the Households portion of the HMIS Introductory Series. Oftentimes when entering clients into your database, you'll also be entering their family members as well. This module will simply cover how to create households in HMIS. To begin, we're currently on the home screen. As always, remember to get into the appropriate Enter Data As and Backdate modes if applicable. So to begin, I'm going to jump to the Client Point tab to search for my client. And my client actually already exists in the database, and I know that their name is Household. So I'm just going to enter their information, and I see my client appear down here at the bottom. So I'll jump into their profile by either selecting their name or clicking the pencil icon. Alright, perfect. I'm on their profile. Now, as a quick tip, you can always add a client to your favorite section by clicking the star up here. If you click that star, you'll see that the client will populate under your favorite section. If you hover over that client profile, you'll also see their information populate here. That way in the future you can always go to your favorite section and quickly jump to the profile by clicking on their profile link. So, as we're in the client profile, we're going to jump to the Households tab to actually create the household. Here is where you see any previous households. Looks like this client doesn't have any. In order to start a new household, you simply click the Start New Household button. Perfect. So on this pop-up, there's a few important sections, and on the top, the very top, there's the household type. The household type will just indicate what type of household you're managing. For example, there's couple with no children, there's single parent with children, and so forth. You'll simply select the most appropriate option from the drop-down. Okay. And so at the very bottom are your selected clients. This is the client we originally had, and this is where you'll see the other household members populate as you choose them. So I do know that there's another household member within the database that we're looking for here. And so let me see if I can find them. Looks like I can. So I actually happen to know their ID number, which is 77. So I could put my client's ID number here, and if I enter 77 and click submit, I'll see that client jump down to the bottom. So this indicates all the members that will be part of the household I'm creating. There's also another household member I need to add. Let me see if they're in the database or not. And it looks like brother household isn't actually in the database at the moment, so I'll have to go ahead and add them. This process is exactly the same as we've seen on the client point tab. Simply fill out all the appropriate information. And once it's complete, you'll simply add that client to the database if you're absolutely sure they don't already exist in HMIS. You'll confirm the pop-up, and you'll see the new household member populate at the bottom. So I have 3 members in my household currently, so I'm going to click continue and carry on. On the screen, the household type will be at the top. We'll just double check to make sure that's correct. And then for head of household, there are 2 fields here, head of household and relationship to head of household, which must be completed. The head of household is the person who's the head of household. For HMIS purposes, this doesn't refer to income, division of labor, or responsibilities within the household. This primarily is just the person who's the primary point, the primary head of household in HMIS. We recommend that the person who is eligible for benefits to be selected as the head of household. So the head of household will always be yes, and everyone else will be no. The relationship to head of household is what are their relationship to the head of household. So the head of household will always be self, and I have household brother, so I know that they are their brother, and this other individual we'll say is the grandfather. And once that's complete, you will simply scroll down and click Save and Exit. Once you've exited, the pop-up will go away, and you'll see your household appear on the screen here with all of the relevant information. That's it. That's the conclusion of the household creation in HMIS. Thanks for watching, and happy training.